The engine was removed for different purposes. The main issue here is the loss of compression on cylinder 4. That's why the intake manifold is removed. I did the compression test through the glow plug holes. This engine was renewed a while ago somewhere else. The compression loss remains a mystery. The standard interval for the belt is 160,000 kilometers or 6 years. No special tools needed for the entire job. I will start by making some space to take out the injectors. When the injectors are out, we can take a look inside. The endoscope will tell us why to remove the head. The car that this engine came out of is a Transit V363. Right here, I'm taking out this breather box with some 8mm bolts. When the bolts are out, just wiggle the box out of its place. Keep in mind this part. We'll discover something later. The fuel returns come off easily. Just push up the green clips. The injectors will come out easily as they already have been replaced not so long ago. So that saves me a lot of time and effort. Mark all injectors, number 1 being the one at the belt side. Doesn't matter if you install new ones, otherwise, you will need to reprogram each injector. The fuel rail is held by 2 8mm bolts and 1 fuel line. There's a protector plate on the high-pressure fuel pump. Remove it with the 2 8mm bolts to access the fuel lines. Here is the line for the fuel return. Disconnect that so we take the whole return piping out altogether. Removing the isolation material is now easy. Inside the cylinder, I bent the camera up towards the valves. One of 2 exhaust valves looks to be chipped. Let's continue. We will be removing the EGR cooler, 7 8mm bolts. Three 8mm bolts to remove the vacuum pump. Next up is the turbo and exhaust manifold. The turbo heat shield has 3 8mm bolts. To access the turbo oil feed, we remove the engine support. Removing the heat shield to access manifold nuts. This hole on the gearbox side of the head is for the EGR. It goes through the head into the EGR cooler. Removing the stubborn oil return pipe. Removing all the thermostat piping. This creates a lot of space to work. Don't worry about bending, destroying the belt cover. It's normal. We will need a new one. I will leave part numbers in the description and at the very end of the video. Here I'm using a wheel hub puller to remove the crankshaft pulley. There's 2 threads in the pulley which can be used with 2 M6 bolts. This was me attempting to try removing the cover without it bending.
So after a few turns, you might not get it right the first time, but basically there's a mark here and one on the crankshaft. Just turn the crankshaft right. That's what it says in Highness. Turn it right until these align. Then this one should align with a hole that's right behind it. But yeah, you can't lock it because there's like a spring-loaded gear behind it, but they should the hole should align with the hole in the block. Same for the camshafts, very easy. If this aligns, then this, and then these two. If these are down, then you should keep turning until they are up and the marks align on the bottom. So here's a fuel pump. I believe this to be the balance shaft, crankshaft, tensioner, and the oil pump below. Don't worry about the timing of being off because this has a spline, so it can be positioned in one position only, as well as this one behind, the gear behind. You can also do it by just marking with a pencil here, the belt and the pulley, the belt and the pulley. Same for this, just a mark on the pulley and one on the belt. Then you take the new belt, align it with the old one, and mark the marks and put it back together, and you should be good. Very easy. But this one already has a new belt because the engine was renewed completely. Oh, and by the way, if you turn this right, you should see that this is turning left. It's because of the gear in between. It reverses. So if you want to take off the oil pump belt, it's very easy. Just undo the bolt and you can pull this off, and you have to remove the oil pan. You don't have to remove the pump, just the oil pan and the plastic cover. If you have the timing right and the marks to align on the crankshaft and on the balance shaft and up here, you should see that piston 1 and number 4 is stopped at center, and 2 and 3 are at the bottom. Do you see? So now you would be able to safely remove the timing belt. I am just going to mark just to be sure. And then I should be able to take out the camshafts and the cylinder head.
You can use two 5.5mm drill bits to lock the cams. The part we found belongs inside this breather box. The previous workshop probably replaced it, and the plastic part came out and was left there. The piston looks unharmed, luckily. The only damage looks to be a valve. The cylinder head will go to a machine shop and get tested. If you enjoyed the video, like it, leave a comment if you have any questions.